It was almost 2 weeks after the Nowruz celebration, and Parry's house was crowded. Parry's cousins had come to their house to stay for the weekend and also celebrate the last day of Nowruz, named Sizde Bidar. Parry had 3 cousins and enjoys hanging out with them. They all live in a big city close to their house. Her eldest cousin is Sadaf. She is 18 years old. She just got accepted at the university for a major in physics. She also has many books and movies about galaxies and planets. Another cousin is 10 years old and his name is Sam. Sam enjoys taking photographs of insects. He has a nice camera to take his professional photos. Last year, he won an award from a nationwide competition. The last one is Sina, who is 3 years old. His eyes are weak, so he needs to use glasses until he is old enough for surgery. Today was the last day of the Persian spring holiday, Nowruz, and they were going to celebrate Nature Day. It is called Sizde Bedar. Sizde refers to the 13th day of Farvardin in the Persian calendar. Bedar means to leave home to go and enjoy outside. Last night, Parry's parents and her auntie packed dishes and food and prepared everything needed for today's picnic. Early in the morning, they left, and after driving for an hour, they arrived at a beautiful spot with a view of the city. They found a big tree and spread their blanket to start their picnic there. Her mum and her auntie set up their small gas stove and put it on a pot to cook. Ash. Kids are forbidden to get close to the pot as it is hot to touch and dangerous for them. They cooked ash reshteh, which is a food with wheat flour noodles, Persian vegetables and beans. Meanwhile, her father and her uncle set up their barbecue with some charcoal to make some fried chicken. Gradually, the area became filled with other cars and families. Parry's grandparents also joined them later. In the city where they live, there is an Iranian community, and some of them are Parry's parents' friends. Sadaf was responsible for the kids, so after playing badminton for a while, they all went for a walk around the area. Parry asked, "What are we doing here?" Sadaf added, "Well, you know we started celebrating Nowruz 13 days ago. Now, on the 13th day of spring, we come to nature to end our holiday by enjoying the fresh weather of spring. During these 13 days, people go to their relatives' houses and visit each other. So families still are connected and meet each other during this season of festivity." Sam added, "This is a tradition from 3,000 years ago, and our history teacher said many countries like Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkey, India, and other countries in the Middle East celebrate it too. So when we come to nature, what do we exactly do?" Parry asked. Sadaf answered, "In the past, it was an excuse for families to come out and gather before going back to their work and routines after the holiday. But these days are different. People eat nuts and remaining fresh sweet cookies from the last 13 days, so they do not waste any leftovers from Nowruz parties. They also dance to Persian music and play card games and take photos to record memories of the year. Most leave before sunset to get well rested. Then, on the next day, they go to work and school, full of energy. Sam said, however, sometimes they can damage nature and destroy it by acting carelessly. Parry asked surprisingly, how do people damage nature? Staff added, well, the main problem is pollution. For example, using plastics and leaving it in nature without collecting them. The other issue is breaking fresh tree branches to make a fire. Sometimes people don't put it out properly and they can start a bushfire which destroys the area. Also, noise pollution can make animals in larger areas such as jungles or mountains panic. Sam also said, I see people have started removing things from nature too. They especially like to collect shells and colourful sand from the beaches. These are important pieces of that area's ecosystem. Sadaf nodded and agreed and then added, some people don't get taught that things which belong to nature should stay there and we cannot remove or collect them. We are just a guest and no one is coming after us to clean up our garbage. We cannot damage animals' homes and leave them dirty to keep our traditions. This is so disrespectful. Parry was listening carefully and thinking about how much her parents were responsible by putting their garbage in the correct place. Parry said, my mum always separates plastics and puts them in a separate bin. She always says, plastic is the enemy of nature. We must recycle it right. Sadaf approved and then suggested going back to eat some food. When they arrived, the food was ready. The kids sat down around the tablecloth. Parry's mother put all the dishes and food in the centre and was serving some saffron sherbet. Her auntie asked, oh Layla, these dishes look new. I loved that wooden box. Where did you get them from? Parry's mother answered, oh, I was shopping for Nowruz in a market near our home. There was a guy selling them. He told me that this box was made from an old tree's trunk and is strong enough not to let the things inside it break easily. These dishes are made from melamine. We should not use any plastic this year and respect nature. Everyone was happy about her mother's choice of tableware for this picnic. Her grandparents said, I bought these plates and cups too. These are made from paper and can easily be recycled after being used. Parry's grandfather added, in our monthly gatherings with other retirees, we ask everyone to bring their own cutlery too. This helps us to use less plastic. Then Parry's father added, carrying heavy glasses might be dangerous if they break in nature and are left. It might hurt other people or animals. We also cannot leave cans and metallic containers in nature. Some animals might put their head inside them to eat leftovers and they would be trapped inside it. We should also collect and remove whatever we bring to nature. Then Sadaf added, "Yes, I am also a member of a non-profit organisation, and every month we go to natural areas around our cities to collect garbage. Also, sometimes we remove cigarette filters or butts in the city because it is dangerous for birds such as crows and sparrows. If we all feel responsible about nature, we can overcome the pollution crisis and keep everything clean for the next generations." After having that chat, they started eating their food and enjoying the rest of their evening. Parry ate so much ash and felt sleepy after lunch, so she slept beside her grandfather and used one of the red bolsters as a pillow. Her grandfather always said, "Spring makes you feel more sleepy, but a short nap on the Sadeh Badar afternoon is worth it more than any other time."